headlines. Pokhara Regional International Airport being inaugurated today. Project sees completion after a halt of 4 decades. The first session Province 1 Assembly beginning today. Members of the Lumbini Provincial Assembly taking oath. New Year 2023 ushers in world bids due to 2022 and welcome the New Year with fireworks and celebrations. Russian missile strikes on Ukraine kill 1 person in Kiev on the New Year's Eve, fires more than 20 cruise missiles. And 2 matches being played in the Nepal T20 League today. Janakpur chasing Kathmandu. Welcome back. Now we have the news in details. Pokhara Regional International Airport is being inaugurated today, January 1st, the English New Year 2023. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda is scheduled to inaugurate the airport. Bikram Gautam, head of the Pokhara Office of Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, said it will take a while to operate international flights from the airport. He further said that it aims to operate the airport 18 hours a day and various airlines have shown their interest in operating flights from the airport. The airport was constructed at a cost of 22 billion in concessional loan. 3,100 ropani of lands were acquired first time in 2033 BS. The project was resumed and completed after a halt of some 4 decades due to various reasons. The first session of Assembly of Province Number 1 is beginning today. The first meeting of the first session will be chaired by senior-most member of the Assembly, Gayananda Mandal, following the federal government suit. The CPN-UML and the Maoist Centre are likely to form a government Province Number 1. The UML has the strength of 40 members and the CPN-Maoist Centre has 13 in the Assembly. Nepali Congress, meanwhile, has 29 representatives in the Assembly of Province Number 1. MPs will take oath from the newly constructed building of the Province Assembly in Deokhuri Rapti Valley of Dang. The ceremony will be held at 1 p.m. Provincial Assembly Secretary Durlab Kumar Poonmaga informed the Chief of the Province, Mick Serton, will administer oath of office and secrecy to Provincial Assembly members. There are 87 members in the Lumbini Province Assembly, 52 elected through first past the post system of election and 35 elected through proportional representation system. We have more updates on the side. Time for a short break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back, and now we have the remaining updates. The International Nepali Topi Day, which coincides with English New Year 2023, is being observed across the country. This day is marked and celebrated on the very day of English New Year to promote the Nepali cap. Nepali people wear the traditional Nepali topi, the traditional dhaka, and Bhatgauli topi is their pride. According to cultural expert Dambar Kumari, made a cap for the first time to make her brother Jang Bahadur Randin and Palpa Bhatgaul hat and dhaka cap. On this day, the Nepali community living inside and abroad organized various programs to celebrate with great pomp. As the new variant of Corona BF7 is widespread in the neighboring countries, doctors have suggested everyone to take booster dose in Nepal. Doctors have suggested to this effect, saying that disease can affect more to those who are yet to be vaccinated. The authorities have informed that the government has started the process of getting the vaccine and will provide it to everyone free of cost. After the full vaccination, the booster dose is the vaccine given to the increase given to increase the antibody against when the body's antibody decreases, as the World Health Organization has also allowed booster doses to be used to prevent corona infections, and many people are taking them. Dr. Anup Subedi, an infectious disease specialist, says that once vaccinated, a booster dose is needed to reactivate the antibody producing cells. According to him, 6 months after taking the vaccine against COVID-19, the body's antibodies may decrease and infection may occur. The government has already written a letter to the Global Alliance to bring vaccines owing to the increasing number of coronavirus infections in the neighboring countries. The year 2022 turned to be 2023 in time zones across the world, starting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Some of the first people with a population of less than 122,000 people with fireworks in London, Paris and Berlin hopes for an end to the war in Ukraine and return to post-COVID normality. Europe and Asia bid farewell to 2023. Thousands gathered at the Sensoji Buddhist temple in Tokyo to welcome in the new year. Pakistan's city Karachi welcomed in the new year with fireworks on Saturday, with hope for the economy of the country to improve in 2023. In Hong Kong, days after limits were lifted on group gatherings, tens of thousands of people met near Victoria Harbour for a countdown to midnight, the city's biggest New Year's Eve celebration in several years. Revelers gathered in Bumpy Road, returning to normal life. The London Eye turned blue and yellow in solidarity with Ukraine as a firework saw in midnight in the British capital. Sydney welcomed the new year with a typical dazzling fireworks display, which for the first time featured a rainbow waterfall of the Harbour Bridge on the night of 31 December and the morning of 1 January. People in many countries all over the world celebrate the beginning of a new year. We have international headliners at the side. Time for a short break. Do stay tuned. Updates from international front. Russia fired more than 20 cruise missiles at targets in Ukraine on Saturday, killing at least one person in Kiev. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Moscow was in a league with the devil. The second barrage of major Russian missile attacks in 3 days badly damaged a Kiev hotel and a residential building. Energy Minister German Galusenko on Facebook said the strikes have not caused serious damage to the national power system. Russia has been attacking vital Ukraine infrastructure since October with barrages of missiles and drones, causing sweeping power blackouts as the cold weather bites. Russian praising Western countries of trying to use Ukraine and its people to undermine Russia. He made the video address on state television at midnight Sunday in each of Russia's 11 time zones. From a military headquarters with soldiers in the background, a sharp departure from his previous practice of recording the message against the backdrop of the snowy Kremlin. Western countries have imposed wide sanctions against Russia, and many foreign companies pulled out of the country or froze operation after Russia sent in troops.
Она не знала там, как врут ваши пропагандисты. Она не за что-то там историческое, она за то, чтобы один человек до конца.
As the clock struck midnight from Saturday to Sunday to usher in the new year, Croatia simultaneously joined the EU's borderless travel area and the Eurozone in a historic day for the small nation of 3.9 million people. On Sunday, Croatia became the 20th country in the EU's monetary union which uses the euro, co-signing to history its own currency, the kuna, which was in use since 1994, having been adopted 3 years after the nation seceded for Yugoslavia. Although Croatia had joined the EU in July 2003, travel area and the Eurozone at a later time. This makes Croatia the first country since Lithuania in 2015 to become a member of the Eurozone. A move which is likely to help its economy, which is thought to rely on tourism for about 20% of its GDP. To more updates before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the site. North Korean state media marked the first day of the new year with reports of the rocket's test. In addition to images said to show the test in a large display of new rockets and congratulating the workers who made them. At a big end-of-year meeting of the ruling Workers' Party last week, Kim said that North Korea needed more nuclear weapons. KCNA reported early Sunday. Photos also showed Kim attending a New Year's Eve performance at the gigantic Mayday Stadium in Pyongyang for the first time in many years. North Korean television did not have a live broadcast on New Year's Eve. Moving on to sport. Manchester City and Manchester United fans came together in a rare show of unity to mourn the passing of Brazilian legend Pelé at their respective Premier League games on Saturday. A minute's applause rippled through the stadium ahead of United's match at Wolverhampton Wanderers and later at the Etihad when City hosted Everton. In a particularly poignant moment, United and Brazil midfielder Anthony held up his shirt during the minute's applause to revel and undershot with the world's descansim. Paz Pelé, which translates to rest in peace Pelé, written on it. Fellow Brazilians Casemiro and Fred also Rashford goal. Meanwhile, Brazil and City goalkeeper Ederson joined his teammates and the Everton opposition in a minute of applause followed by minutes silence at the Etihad. As well as paying tribute to Pelé, this mark of respect was also for fans of both Everton and City who passed away this year. Janakpur Royal is chasing the target of 181 runs posted by Kathmandu Knights in today's match of the Nepal Super League. Kathmandu Knights, after losing the toss and put to bat first, made 180 runs with 6 loss of wickets at the stipulated 20 overs of the match. In another match later in the day, Lumbini All Stars is meeting Biratnagar Super Kings. Headlines. Pokhara Regional International Airport being inaugurated today. Project sees completion after a halt of 4 decades. The first session Province 1 Assembly beginning today. Members of the Lumbini Province Assembly taking oath. New Year 2023 ushers in world bids due to 2022 and welcome the new year with fireworks and celebrations. Russian missile strikes on Ukraine kill one person in Kiev, and the New Year's Eve fires more than 20 cruise missiles. And 2 matches being played in the Nepal T20 League today. Kathmandu win over Janakpur by 90 runs. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, goodbye and namaste.